the chat. Then we can just begin. Let's pop this up here. All right. Was good. Then this, pop this up. Oh, my microphone. We had some technical problems here, but I think we are good to go now. Hopefully. Let's see. All right. Oh, of course, let's see the Discord link. Let's pop this in real quick. And then hopefully... Sorry, live chat is currently unavailable. Why is live chat unavailable? That's... Is it that chat? No. Pop up this. So... Okay, guys, I don't know why, but somehow the chat of the full stream is not available. I don't know why. Today YouTube is really weird for me. Anyway, let's pin this message here then. Okay, welcome to chat. Remo, got your privacy. Okay, that's not for me. All right, let me enable the camera again. Like this. And then here. All right. All right. For some reason, the chat is not available on the full stream. I don't know even why. Why is this? Okay. It's really bugging today. I don't know. All right. Then let's begin where we left off last time. We came so far with Gengar. And like I said, that's basically these creases here. Not this, but this. No, sorry. Not this. These creases here are basically most of the work and most of the realism. So that's nice that we came this far. And then we can continue from here. So let me... Okay. Just a second. All right. Let's continue. I think maybe we can pop in his eyes maybe, right? You had somewhere his eyes. Okay. Here are his eyes. That, of course, that looks really weird, but... Or maybe for the vertical stream, I have to zoom out a bit. Okay. All right. Let's see. So, we have his eyes. By the way, that's Gengar's cousin. That's not Gengar, but his cousin. His name is Gengar. You know, that's a joke, but anyway. Okay, let's see. For now, let's let's not show this. Let's hide this for now. And then I think I want to I mean, we can do this with the normal brush. So then maybe let's just make this here. Let's make a solid color. Let's use black for this. Invert this. And then we can paint with a normal brush, with a hard round brush. Let's make this a bit smaller. Trading to Garamas user. What? Okay, I don't know. I think that's a spam bot, right? Trading to. Yeah, I think that's a spam. I don't know. Maybe let's not spam here in chat. Okay. Anyway. Let's continue. I think the microphone should be a bit. Sorry, is the camera correct? Okay, I think that's okay. All right, let's continue. Opacity should be on 100. I don't know why this is. Okay. I mean, let's increase the smoothing here. And then you can zoom in. And then let's just paint in his eyes. Approximately. Maybe like this. We can always change this later on. So it does not need to be perfect for now. All right, let's just paint this real quick. Something like this, okay. All right, and then here, the same for this side. Maybe like this. Okay. By the way, you can, if someone is on the vertical phone screen, you can always join the full stream. Then you can see all the Photoshop layers and so on. There are 2 streams running, so you can go to my channel and then join the full stream. Let me see if Eunice. Okay. Okay, we have 2 viewers, I think. Anyway. All right. Now we have this. And also, let me just make this a bit more pointy for now. Okay. Now we have this. Then I think we can put this here. And then let me see if we clip this on this layer. Okay, that that still looks a bit goofy. Maybe if we let's try something here. Maybe if we make it a bit like this maybe. And then yeah, maybe something more like this. You know, something like this maybe. Yeah, that looks a bit better, but I'm not quite satisfied with that. Okay. Let me check the stream. Just a second. Okay. So. I mean, we can leave it like this for now. Shall we first do the shading and the lighting? I think we should do the lighting first, because that will really give us, how do you say it? I think that will give us much more realism, and then from there we can see if we can do something different with his eyes, you know? Maybe we can just paint his eyes, you know, not try to use human eyes. Or maybe you can use cat eyes, like we did with Haunter, maybe. We'll see, we'll see. For now, let's leave it like this. I mean, does this look a bit realistic at least? Huh. The eyes, you know? Let's see. For now, let's leave it like this. Okay. Then we can go to exposure, and then, you know, make it to just increase it a bit. Then we can always adjust this later on. Let's invert this mask. And then we have to use maybe our soft round brush, this brush here. And then we can kind of do the lighting. Okay. Let me see. Okay, maybe. Actually, should we bring in the background, or should we do this later? I don't know. For now, let's try to. Let's start. For now, let's see what we can do here. Maybe I want to make this part a bit brighter. You know, and then maybe a bit brighter here. Then also here, maybe, you know, something like that. And then I want to be brighter here. Then also, let's see, like this. Maybe something like this. And then we can leave this like that. I don't know, should we do here maybe? Maybe like that. You know, and he needs to be brighter here in these areas. Also, I want him to be brighter here. Maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe here. A bit of light. Like I said, we can adjust this more later on. So let's do that. No, let's do that. Yeah, also I want to do another layer on top of this. So for now, we can use that. And let's see, you can maybe increase some parts. You know, it's a bit realistic. Maybe like that. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Then maybe we can light this even. And also here I want him to be a bit brighter. And then, yeah, here a bit brighter. All right. Also maybe here. A bit like this for now. Then okay. That's just the first exposure layer that we will use more later on. So for now, let's leave it like this. Okay, now it does not look really nice, but we will change that. Oops. And also we have to use, we have to make the shadow layer. Where's the shadow layer? Okay, that's his mouth. We have to put the shadow layers above the lighting layer. Okay, let's name this lighting. And also let's move this above everything. Where is this? Okay, I'm lagging for some reason. Then let's put this above that. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, I think we can do the next lighting pass. Let's copy this. Of course, we have to fill this with black again. And then now we can do some more details in terms of lighting. I think for that I will use the pen and the graphic tablet. I used the mouse until here, but now I think I will switch. And then I think maybe even a different brush. Was it this brush or I think this brush? Okay. Yeah, maybe I should use this. Or wait, let me see. Is this better? Okay, let's use this for now. Let's see. Maybe we can light up some parts here. Then some parts around here also. Then here it should be a bit more obvious. Also even here. And then what can we do? Can we do with this? I think that. Then more here. All right. Let's maybe here maybe a bit. Okay. A bit here. Also, I want to give this a bit color. That's too white right now. Let's see if we can change this. Go to offset. Yeah, I think that gives it a bit more dimension. If we do like this, then yeah, then it will be just brighter, you know? And then, yeah, I think, yeah, something like this. That gives it a bit more color. And then even maybe let's decrease this slightly, very slightly. And then we have some color variation that makes it a bit more realistic. Like that. Yeah, something like that. All right. Now, should we even increase this? Okay. Let's leave this here for now. Okay, I mean, look at that. Even that looks much more realistic. Okay. Now, lighting copy. Let's name this lighting creases, maybe. That's the normal lighting layer. Okay, that's that. And then that's the additional more hard light, so to speak. All right. Let's see if the stream is okay. All right. Okay. Now, I think we can... Should we do some more creases? Or I think that's a good time to bring in our background image. Because, I mean, that will determine where the light is coming from, you know, and then we can make it more realistic that way. If we do it at last, then maybe we have to change the light direction and so on. So it would be really good if we do this now, maybe even earlier. Maybe even we should do this from the beginning. So let's see. I had some image for Gengar, some background. I think that was the image here. I think I want to use that, you know. Let's make this bigger. And then maybe I think I want this to be night, so we have to adjust some things. First of all, let me put this on the back. Wait, not like this. We messed something up. Here. Okay. All right. That looks already nice. And then, yeah, I think is the perspective wrong? I mean, that does not look realistic. How do we do this? Or maybe we have to change up the background image. And now he looks like a giant. I think we have to zoom in a bit more. That's the problem. Yeah, I think we have to zoom. Because now he looks like a giant. And then maybe zoom like this. And then should be... Yeah, maybe... No, that does not look... Still that does not look right. Maybe leave it like this. Yeah, we will blur this at the end anyway, so... Yeah, maybe for now we can leave it like this. And also, I don't know if you want to see this part, so maybe we can just copy the effects from Haunter that we did before, so you don't have to see that again. Maybe it's a bit boring. Let's see, where's Haunter? Or should we just use the background for Hunter? I don't know. Oh, maybe, let's see. Maybe we can copy this. Yeah, I think. Should we use the same background? I don't know. Yeah, maybe we can use the same background even. I don't know. Let me see. Where are the adjustments for the background? Oh, okay, I think. Yeah, let's try and see first if we can use this background. All right, that's a bit better. Then color balance. Maybe we can increase the opacity. And then maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe we can leave it like that. I don't know. But what we can do is can change that. Also, why is this? Oh, let's copy that. Let's merge this, merge layers. And then a quick trick to integrate something with the background. You can group this, convert it to a smart object, and then we have the background here. And then we can go to filters. Where's the... I think we can go to Gaussian blur and then just increase this until we get something like this, where the textures are not visible. And then can put this above Gengar, maybe here. All right. And then, wait, maybe above that, okay. Oh, okay, I see what we did. We have to make this more like this, okay? And then group everything with that. And then we can clip this to Gengar like this, okay? But of course that does not look real or even great. Let's put this on color. And then, wait a second. Wait, what's going on? I think I did something wrong here. That should not happen. So I don't know what we did. Let's see. Okay, that's blurred, but okay, that's a bit weird. Because we have this on Gaussian blur. Maybe, do we have to rasterize this somehow? That's really weird. Where's the rasterize? Here, excuse me. Okay, but still. Man, that's really weird. Why is this not working? Actually, I don't know. Huh, that's really weird. Okay, maybe let's do it like that. And then let's see. All right. Okay, somehow because of the group selection, it was a bit, I don't know, it bugged out a bit. Because we did a group in another group, so I don't know why it was like this. But yeah, we should have something like this afterwards. And then we have to put this on color. And then that's not correct. Wait, why is this? Like that. Put this on color. Okay. I mean, that's not correct. Was it color or was it luminosity, hue, saturation, color? Okay, that shouldn't be on color then, I think. Yeah, let's leave this on normal maybe, right? Just on normal. Or was it pin light? Nah. Saturation, color, luminosity. Huh, it should be color, but I don't know why it does not affect it correctly. But let's leave this on normal, okay? Then let's lower the opacity. anyway, you can do it like this. And then we should have a bit more integration with the background. Something like that. Something like this. All right. Before, after. Yeah, it makes it much darker, but it should be much darker in this environment. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I think we have to make him much darker than that even. So. Yeah, but let's not do it like this. Let's use the curves for that. Here. And then let's go to curves. And then maybe let's make him a bit darker. Something like this. Is the background. I'm thinking about the background still. I don't really like that. Maybe we should use just the same background with Haunter. Maybe we should use that instead. Yeah, I think. Let's see. Maybe let's just use this. Okay. Let's group this. Let's name this background. Yeah, and then just let's do this with that. All right. Then we can use the Gaussian blur again. Something like that. Okay. And then also, let's see on color what it does. Okay, we have to leave this on normal, and then maybe, yeah, maybe like 50%. And also let's copy this for his ears, like we did before. Yeah, and then something like this should be. I think the background here is a bit better. I don't know. So, let's see. I mean, Gengar, Haunter was a bit different. Let me check real quick. Also, we have no music. Maybe we can just. Okay, sorry. We have no music. Should I turn this down a bit? I think it's too loud. Maybe like this? I don't know.
You want to create.
Okay. Is this darker than Haunter? Let me see. Okay, increase the exposure. I did something to make this a bit brighter. Oh, right, sorry. I think I have to copy this also. Yeah, I think I have to copy this from Haunter. Let's see. What is this? Okay, that's a Haunter. Alright. It's the background. It does look a bit different. Why is it so dark here? Did we use something to make this darker? Why is this darker? This background here. Wait. Oh, I copied the wrong layer. Sorry, my bad. You have to copy that. Sorry. We have to copy both this and this. Right, now it should work, I think. This background and then, yeah. See, we had the wrong layer. Let's copy this here and then we can delete this. Alright. I think I gave this a light ray. I think that was a trick. Did I? Let me check real quick. That's this, okay. And then that's that. That's much brighter here. For some reason. Is it this though? I mean, there should be some light rays. Okay, that's Haunter. Then the curves affect Haunter, okay. That's inner glow. That's the exposure. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I gave everything exposure after this. I have to copy this also, right? Yeah, that's... You have to organize your layers, guys. I didn't do this and then it gets a bit messy. It sucks. But yeah, we should have something like this. Oh wait. Why does this... Okay, I think now... Why it didn't copy this correctly? It didn't copy this correctly for some reason. That shouldn't do it, but... Yeah, okay, something like this. Now we have the correct background. Alright, nice. I think we can work with that. Let me see, is someone in chat? I don't see anything. Except some spam, I think. Alright. If someone is in chat, you can say hi if you want. Let me see. Camera is a bit weird. Yeah, the camera is a bit weird. Alright. Then let's try a bit more color correction or lighting correction. I think I don't want this to be that strong here. Maybe on 35 and then here also 35. Maybe like this. And then let's see. I mean, we did Haunter in a bit different way. I think we have to update his values, his shadows. Yeah. Let's do that. Wait, where is this? Exposure for this. Okay, that's that. That's the lighting. That's the eyes. That's the... Where's the layers for his body? Oh, I think here. Sorry. That's the correct layer. That's the exposure. That was the curves. Actually, let me show you a trick that you can do. You can make a solid color, then you can put it on gray. Let's say 50%. Okay, here, and then you can put this on. I think it was saturation, right? Yeah, I think it was saturation. Yeah, and then you have only the dark and light values, you know, without the colors. So you can use this to make, you know, to dial in his values. For example, we can now see, and then we can, yeah, we can see how dark it has to get. Maybe we can increase the shadow values here a bit. Now we can judge this a bit better. You know, maybe something like this. And then also, let's see what we can do with the curves here. Maybe we can make him a bit darker even. I think I want him to be darker. I think so, right? I want this to be darker, and then let's put this up. Yeah, I think maybe even something like this. Maybe even something like this. Let's see. Let's... Alright. I like this a bit more. Now he has a bit more color, but that's no problem. And also, we have to... Yeah, we have to put this... We have to delete this here. And instead put this here above his ears. And where's the group? That's his eyes. Let me just name this real quick. Eye, or eyes rather. Alright, let's see. Eyes. And then that's his mouth. Let's put this everything in one group. Let's say Gengar group. Okay, and then we can make this like that, the clipping mask. Alright, let's see where we left off with the lighting. Okay, now I think the lighting is a bit too colorful, so maybe we can decrease this again, you know? Yeah, you want to give this a bit more color, not that much. Maybe like this. And then... Yeah, and then maybe... Wait, oh, also we have to clip this. Yeah, we have to clip everything here. Now that I see it. Yeah, let's make... It's not so dark, but... Maybe like this. Okay. Now look at that. He looks much more integrated. Alright, from here, I think we have to darken up this side a bit more. Yeah, we have to darken this side a bit more. Mouth, eyes, okay. Where's the shadow layer here? Was it that? No. Let's clip everything first. Let's clip this and clip that, and then okay. Then let's make another shadow layer. Maybe even let's make this a solid color layer. And then let's make it something like this, and then put this on multiply. Not darken, but multiply. And then clip it, and then invert this, and then we can start to paint in his shadows. Maybe a bit more like here. You know, that's a bit too bright. Yeah, that was a bit too bright for for our purposes. And also, I don't like this really. The shadow here, you know, here, and here, it's a bit too black. I don't want this. I want this to be more natural. Shouldn't be really black. So we have to go to the layer where we did this. I think it was in here. Yeah, I think it was here. Yeah, it was this. Yeah, I don't want this. Let's replace this with another solid color layer. On maybe something like that. Alright. Let's clip this and then let's copy this mask from here just to the new layer that we made. Then of course we have to put this on multiply. And then we can delete this. Yeah, that looks much better. I don't really like this black shadow. Yeah, we can delete this. Yeah. And then also maybe I want to lower the opacity here maybe. Let's see. What looks better? Lower opacity. And then higher opacity. Huh. Should we... I mean, let's activate this real quick again. Yeah, is it good like this, or is this maybe better on... Yeah, I think we can leave this on 100, I think. Maybe even make this stronger. Let's duplicate the layer. Okay. And then let's see. Of course, that's too strong, but if we lower the opacity from the copy, maybe we can even get something more realistic. Let's see. Let's see how we did Haunter. Haunter was not so dark. Huh. Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I think that's too much shadow, maybe. Maybe we can delete this and leave it like that. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Let's maybe even decrease that. Something like this. Alright. Let's leave it like that. And then also I want to change something again. This part here. That should be a bit brighter. Because that's the edge light, so to speak, the harder light should be a bit more bright, you know, and even a bit more white. So let's try to dial in the offset. Oh, that's a bit colorish, and that's a bit more white. Yeah, maybe even not like this, but maybe like this. Okay, right. Nice. And now we can change the color or continue this layer here with the shadow. So let's continue this part here, and then maybe let's make this more dark and leave this as it is. I really want to change this a bit up. Yeah, I want to make this darker here, and then maybe darker here. Okay. Something like that. Then, oh, and then the atmosphere here should be above everything else. So we have to put this in front of Gengar. Yeah, like this. You know? Like that. Alright. Maybe we can change his mouth right now. Actually, let me just end the stream and then restart again. If someone is watching, you can stay if you want, and I just restart the stream real quick. Alright. Stream. Ja. Was ist?